Okay, so it's currently 1:30 a.m. and I just finished reading Shatter Me. Like I was very excited to read this book because of course I've heard about it a lot, like how good Aaron Warner is and stuff like that. But right now I've just finished it and I'm pretty disappointed, I'm not gonna lie. Like I would give this book a solid 7 out of 10. But yeah, the writing is not for me, I guess. Of course I would read the other books too because my friend bought the whole series, so of course I would. And I generally want to know more about the world because it is like set in a dystopian, vibe. But that's the thing though. And the most important part is Juliet is just 17. Like I'm 16 and I would not be able to go through that stuff and so much sexualizing genuinely, because at every point of the book it's just, oh, Juliet is so hot, Juliet is this. Bro, I understand, okay, she's beautiful, but you don't have to like do it so much, right? And yeah, things are like, some of those things are very very annoying, and I hope this doesn't continue in the second book. Like a whole page is just dedicated to I'm not insane and it's crossed out, like genuinely. And yeah, I don't understand like the hype about Aaron Warner, because generally in the first book he's being completely overbearing. Like I can't bear him. He's being possessive, obsessive, and whatnot. And Adam Kent is a sweetheart generally, but I don't understand the love interest. Like what's going on? They fell in love out of nowhere. Like okay, they were classmates, cool, and they meet after so many years, and now they're in love. How? Like I generally don't understand what's going on in this book. And yeah, I would just give me giving it a 7. I think it's genuinely charity. Like no, I like this book. I'm not saying I didn't, but I have read better. That's all I would say. And I think it's just not for me. Like many people love this book, I get it. But I think maybe the next books would be good like because I can't stand Aaron Warner. I had high hopes for him, and in the first book he's not even the love interest. I don't know what's going on. He's like the possessive second male lead. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. Okay, so I just finished reading Unravel Me, and I think there is one novella after Shatter Me, but I don't have it, so I didn't read it. Sorry. So in this book, I would like give it a 8 out of 10. It was much better than the last book, I would say. The thing is, I think Juliet was being a little too selfish in the starting, but I won't hate her for it because Kenji Kenji put her in her place a lot of times. So thank you, Kenji. I applaud you for that. Someone had to do it, and you did it in the best way possible. Genuinely, like I love how Kenji just is like, he just doesn't care, bro. Like he's right. Of course he's right. They are in a war, bro. There's no time for like feelings and stuff like that. But I do understand Juliet is just 17, and I'm gonna cut her some slack for that. The starting was a bit slow paced, but in the ending it was like fast, so I'm happy. But the thing is, I just look in this book. It's like in the end, there's like, first chapter of Ignite Me, and in the last, like the first chapter of Ignite Me, in the ending, it's like they're all dead, and I'm like, what the? Oh, was it a spoiler? Okay, so yeah, I would just yeah. So yeah, this book I would give it a 8 out of 10. Yeah, I think it was a bit annoying initially, but I got through it, and I think Juliet is going to have a good character development. I can feel it. Yeah, like girl literally can't die. She's the protagonist. How can she die? But yeah, I hope the next book is better. Like this book was better than the last one, and I hope the next book is better than this one. Yeah. One more thing. In the second book, the thing I was disappointed in was that I didn't like get to know about the world much more. Like we are already in the second book and I barely know what's going on. Like there is a new character entry and stuff like that. I'm not gonna spoil no more. But yeah, but we did get to know Aaron a bit better, and I generally feel so bad for him, bro. Like I take back all the words I said about him in the first book. Like I mean, it still doesn't excuse his actions though, but he's still 19. And he said that he didn't know that Juliet didn't like, because he actually feels what she feels. And, the words that she says out of her mouth, she is a very unreliable narrator, yeah. But yeah, so I feel a bit bad for him. And I am happy that we got to know more about him. And But still, there is some part of me that is like, Adam is so sweet and stuff like that. Like, he's considerably less sweeter in the second book, but he's still trying to make it work, right? And it just feels weird that I, I don't know, bro. I don't know. It just hurts me. I just feel like Juliet should be a bit decisive, but I already said I'm gonna cut her some slack, so I'm not gonna whine about it like she did. Yeah. And yeah, I would just like to know more about the world. I think there are so many books, so we will eventually get to that, right? Yeah. But still, I'm a bit like, I need to, like, it needs to be like put straight in a plate for me to understand. I think I'm just a bit dumb. But yeah, world building, I just don't understand the world, bro. Like where the powers come from and stuff like that. But I already said maybe we'll get to know more about this in the later books. So yeah, um, um, I will read until. Personally, I think I'm being way too harsh on Juliet. Like, girl was locked up for like almost a year, bro. It's just that while I'm reading it, I just feel a bit, you know. But after I've read it and I actually contemplate, like, if I put myself in her shoes or any of the other characters' shoes, I just feel like, I'm not pitying them. Yeah, like Aaron said. But like if I put myself in their shoes and feel empathy instead of sympathy or anything like that, then I just feel like, everyone has their own perspective and stuff like that. And we are actually in her mind. Like we are seeing the world from her POV. We are in her thoughts. So I just think that, yeah, I should try cutting her some slack and read it not from a biased point of view, right? Like refreshing point of view. And generally, she's showing so much character development already. And that's the main thing that I've been seeing from the very first book. She's just 17. She's just a little girl. She's a minor. Of course, she's not that mature, right? Yes, I just finished reading Unite Me. Unite Me is like mixture of Destroy Me, which happens after the first book. It is in Aaron's POV, and then Fracture Me, which is in Adam Kent's POV, which happens after the second book, Unravel Me. So yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed that book. Genuinely, like I'm so happy that I read it, and I just came to the conclusion that maybe it's just Juliet's POV. Genuinely, I I really enjoyed reading Adam's and Aaron's POV in comparison to Juliet's. So I would give this book a solid 8.5 out of 10. Like the world is still like it was just retelling it in their POV, but it was so much better. We got to know more about, Warner's situation and what actually happened because Juliet is an unreliable narrator, let's face it, right? And in Adam Kent's POV, I was like, in the start, I was like, oh, how can this person be real? Like, he doesn't need a reason to love Juliet, but their love just felt a bit too outlandish because they haven't even talked to each other like ever when they were kids, and they claim that they have been in love since they were 14. That's just yeah. And so his love for his brother, which even Juliet downplays sometimes, but his love for his brother was like genuinely very human to see. And I'm really glad I don't hate him for it. I would never hate him for loving his brother and putting him as his first priority, genuinely. So yeah, and I know for a fact Juliet isn't dead, so she's the protagonist. Come on, right? And I genuinely love that for him. And yeah, so that's why I love that book, and because I got to know more about the world. I generally want that there is, I don't know if there is, but I want a book which is written in like a common citizen's POV, because that will tell us so much more about the horrors they face, bro. Because some things are still a bit confusing. I have read three books, and I am still confused. Like it's simple, it's a simple world. It's things happened, and civilization is coming to an end, and the re-establishment has taken over, yada yada. But still, bro, the whole earth, seriously, like things must have taken place over a long period of time for things to get this bad. Because yeah, the earth depleted, like, you know um uh in like a long span of time, but the reestablishment couldn't have like forced itself into the people in such a short span of time, with Juliet was saying. So yeah, I would really like to have a book by a commoners POV because I realized that I genuinely would read anything up if it's not in Juliet's POV. Genuinely. And yeah, and I read Juliet's diary too, and I genuinely feel so bad for her. Like that just tells you like how hard she was trying to keep her sane, which I genuinely applaud her for it. So yeah, I genuinely love that book. I will give it a 8.5 out of 10. And I hope that Ignite Me is good, you know? Yeah, so far so good. I'm happy. I just finished reading Ignite Me, and I loved it so much. Like I would give it a solid 8.5 out of 10. Like at the start of the book, I was like I didn't know what's going on, and I felt a bit irritated at points at Juliet in the starting of the book. But since she has been through so much, bro, her character development, oh my god, so much happened in this book alone. Like I think the first two books were just like building up to this book, bro. They're fighting, they have taken over, bro. What's going on? And that 2v 2v 200 was so funny at the end of the book. Like it's supposed to be a fight, it's supposed to be war, but from Juliet's point of view, it's so funny to me. Like it's comical almost, but I loved it. And I don't believe it. Like, bro, how the hell? Like in 1 month, like in 1 month, they have taken over the whole sector, bro, and the whole nation actually. In 1 month, they have taken over the whole nation. And yeah, I'm so proud of Juliet, bro. Like at times she is a kid, but yeah, and I loved Aaron's and Juliet's moment. Like they are the reason why this I gave this book an 8.5. Generally, they are the sole reason why I gave, because the moments were so sweet, bro. My heart breaks for Warner, bro. Genuinely, like bro has been through so much, genuinely, and the only thing I had problem was with that they did the nasty stuff on the day Warner's mother died. Like Warner, like anything to keep things out of his mind. Like who am I to judge, bro? Who am I to judge? If he didn't have any problem, then why should I have a problem? It was his mother. But yeah, and Adam, I think Adam was being a bit unreasonable, genuinely. But considering I've been cutting Juliet so much slack, I will cut him some slack too. He's just trying to protect his brother. If one thing was real, it was his love for his brother, genuinely. And Juliet agrees too that what she felt for Adam wasn't actually love, physical attraction, which I have been saying since the first book. But yeah, and I'm so happy that this book didn't have that many misunderstanding and miscommunication. Like they actually sorted out their stuff, which I'm glad for. Like some things still don't make sense, like how they can, like it just felt a bit too easy, because before like there were 100, 200 people with powers, like not, yeah, at least 100 of them with powers, and they lost, and now all of a sudden they are winning. But I'm glad they won. I'm genuinely glad. Juliet deserves it. Aaron deserves it. Everyone deserves it, especially James. And James and Kenji, like, and one thing more, like, how come Kenji and Juliet became such good besties out of nowhere? Like, I mean, they had a good relationship, I'm sure, but besties? Mm-mm. Like, considering Kenji is such a, goofball, extroverted personality, but I'm happy. I'm happy. I have no complaints whatsoever. Generally, Juliet deserves it. Aaron deserves it. Kenji deserves it. Everyone in there deserves it. Castle, bro. My heart broke for Castle in the starting, but I'm happy that they went through their own. And yeah, everything is over now, hopefully. But there is still books left, so I don't know what plot is going on no more, if he will rise from the dead or whatever, because Juliet doesn't die, bro. Juliet can't die. He's shooting her in the head, he's shooting her in the face, and she's not dying, bro. She's not dying. I don't understand. But I'm happy. Yeah, I'm genuinely happy. So I will give this book an 8.5 out of 10. And Aaron, Juliet, the first time I love their moments, genuinely the first time. And yeah, I think James is my spirit animal, bro. That kid is going places. He's asking one of questions that a normal person would ask. Because I told you guys earlier how actually people like who were normal citizens, kids, they were so depressed, right? And I wanted to see from their POV too. Because of course Aaron has been through a lot, but he has been through a lot in different ways. Like everyone goes through a lot in different ways, right? So James is my spirit animal. James and Kenji are like my favorite characters ever. I love them. And yeah, I like this book because so much was going on. Like, yeah, a lot hell went out, bro. Hell went out. Like it was like a sort of funny vibes. Like I'm supposed to be stressed. Oh no, fights going on, what's going on, what's going on. But I'm like 1v200. Yeah, go on, beat their ass. Yeah, like that. So yeah, I'm happy Anderson is dead. Yeah. Yes, I finished reading Restore Me like several hours ago, so the initial shock has wore off. But genuinely, like I don't know what happened in this book. It was like a fever dream. Plot twists keep happening, boom, bam, bam, people dying, bro. Genuinely. So let me start from the start, okay? First of all, why is Juliet like? Why hasn't Juliet grown? Like I don't understand. Like in the starting of Shatter Me, she was 17, and 5 books in she's still 17. Like the timeline I don't understand. Okay, but Juliet and Kenji being besties is like goals, but girl, please focus on one or two. Like man is literally having panic attacks, anxiety attacks, and I'm happy that he got moments with James and Adam. I don't care how Adam is. One thing is he's loyal. He's loyal to the core. He's loyal to the T, loyal to the L, to his family, towards his family. So I'm happy that Aaron got much needed moments with Adam and James. But boy is just so lonely and lost without Juliet. And Juliet, like, they are not having moments, bro. They are not having communication. So many misunderstandings, so many miscommunication. The one time they have the much needed conversation in the book, they break it. They break off their relationship. They break up. And before that, their love making, like, I'm not complaining. I love those moments. I'm not complaining. But you sort out your differences. The one thing I was shocked about was Juliet actually resonating with Anderson. Like, Anderson is dead and he's still creating havoc. He's still traumatizing them. Like, I don't understand what the hell that plot twist was. Juliet has a sister. Juliet's parents are the supreme commanders of Oceania, a whole continent. What the hell? They're alive? And Aaron knew Juliet. Aaron knew Juliet when they were kids. This was too much. Like this always happened in this series. Like at the end of every book, there's just so much happening. Like the first half of the book is like and the second half of the book, the pace builds up and boom. I don't know what happened that in this book. It was all just so confusing. And Castle, bro, you're sus. You know too much. You know too much. Like if Castle turns out to be, I don't know, a villain, then I'm, I'm, I won't even be surprised. Like he knows too much. And Nazira, yeah, great character. I love her. I love her. I love the moments between her and Kenji. I love the moments between her and Warner. I love the moments between her and Juliet, genuinely. But what's going on in Juliet's life now? Suddenly, I'm not so sure. I that's why the first book was so erratic, bro. That's why, because we were in her mind. It was so erratic because girl literally has mental issues. Like at that time, she was like, okay, she's in a mental asylum, but she's not mental. But now I genuinely believe she has crazy brain mental issues because she's hallucinating out of nowhere. I mean, girl is just being hit by bullets, bro. What the hell? She's just being shot like left and right, left and right. From the past 3 books, she's just getting shot. Like she has been through way too much, bro. Way too much. And now she suddenly knows she has a whole other family, a sister. Oh my days. And who are her parents, bro? Like, what the hell happened, bro? I am so excited for the next book. Like, I think it was just too much to unpack, genuinely. Like, I'm excited for the next book. I genuinely am. I would give this book a solid 8.75, 8.5, 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Generally, I would give this book. Because so much was happening in this book. At last, the plot is plotting. Like, I'm not sure it's for good reasons because I don't understand the plot at all. It just got more confusing. But yeah, like the new, oh my god, this is too much, bro. This book, yeah, killed me. And this is all like the second half of the book is always like this, bro. And girl, when Castle is giving you any kind of instructions or suggestions, just listen to him. You don't have to do everything by yourself, girl. Like you should have known the things that would happen when you are the supreme commander of North America. Like, and my toxic trait is when Lena, when we were introduced to Lena, I generally shipped her and Warner. I don't know why. For whatever reason, Lena, I generally ship them. And I love the dual POVs. I love the dual POVs. I like Warner was such a pookie in this book, bro. My heart, like, I generally feel like crying. My heart is palpitating. I'm so nervous for the next book, no, bro. I'm so nervous. I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or not. Because Ignite Me was just so beautiful. The Aaron and Juliet moments, like, it was funny as hell, the war and everything. But Juliet and Aaron were like this, bro, this. And now in the next book, I mean, like, they're not gonna show us every moment. It's their life, it's their privacy. We are not gonna like know each one of these moments. So I thought that they have gotten like tight knit, but now in this book, they're barely having a convo, bro. Genuinely, their relationship just hit an all-time downtime low, and they're a bald couple now. Like, I stand a bald couple, but it was just too much. Yeah, bro. This book was a roller coaster. It was like a fever dream. I genuinely don't know if it was like what spectrum it was in, but one thing I know is that I was excited. Yeah. I don't think the plot twists were needed or whatever, but I'm happy the world is, widening. We are getting to know more like the Supreme Commander's kids, and then we will know about the Supreme Commanders. This is mind games, bro. Mind games to the max, bro. Gosh. Yeah, I wow, I love war. One thing I will say, I love reading from Warner's POV. It's always interesting. It never fails to, give me the effect I need, generally. And Castle, you are sus. That's what I would say. I'm excited for the next book. I genuinely am. So I would give this book a solid 8.5 out of 10. And that was very, like, I give so many spoilers. I just wasn't able to contain myself. I gave some, it was a rant. Yeah. I said about Warner knowing about Juliet when they were little because they have like photo. That's major spoilers, but yeah. So, but Warner said something like the Supreme Commanders of Oceania don't have kids. Nazira knew Juliet when she was Ella. Nazira knew. Warner met Ella. Warner knew Juliet when she was Ella. Oh my god, that's very confusing. But yeah, Warner knew Juliet. So why would he say? Does he not remember? Or has he been like he has been through traumatizing stuff, but has his memory been tampered with too, or am I just looking too much into it? I don't know, I just have to read the next book for it. I don't know what the hell happened in this book. Like, I love plot twists, I do, and that's why I gave this book an 8.5. But one more thing, I don't want Julia to spiral into that dark place again, bro. She was in a very dark phase of her life in the first book, and she has finally come out of it, bro. I don't want her to spiral again, genuinely. And the Easter eggs, can we focus on that? The little Easter eggs that are like all over the book. Oh my god, Kenji's past is gonna haunt me. And I just want to know more about Aaron's childhood too. Because that would be so damn interesting. Like, Juliet could have lived like them. Just think of that possibility. Oh my god, the next book is gonna kill me. If the next book isn't killing me, then I'm not gonna rate it. But if the next book kills me, then yeah, I'm done. Okay, so I've just finished reading Defy Me and Find Me. So in Find Me, after Restore Me, there's Shadow Me, and after Defy Me, there is Reveal Me. It's all in Kenji's POV. So about Defy Me, I'm genuinely stunned. I genuinely felt like I would cry because there was just so much. It was pure suffering, pure agony. Bro, Warner, Juliet, Kenji, the three of them, oh my god, it was just too much for me to handle. Like, I don't even know how they handled it, and I genuinely thought I would cry when I genuinely, my eyes teared up when I was reading Kenji's POV in um Reveal Me, like how much he suffers. So in Defy Me, I genuinely felt like crying, and when like read about Emmeline, it was just too much for me, bro. Like, how can, like, there were too many plot holes too because I generally didn't understand what was going on. It was just too much. Because how can they just like take over? Like, it felt like arcane, telekinesis thing. If you know, you know. Yeah, it was like and Anderson doesn't die. Anderson doesn't die. It's like it's like Juliet. I mean, if anyone thought that he was genuinely dead, then they were fools. Generally, like he came, he died again, and then he got resurrected again. Yeah, crazy stuff, crazy stuff. And yeah, I was thinking Castle was sus, and turns out he has a daughter with a wife. We love the LGBTQ representation here. Like there is a GL couple, there is a BL couple, and I think there is a transgender person too, right? So yeah, that's crazy stuff, crazy stuff. I genuinely don't understand. I mean, I am so shocked. Like the best thing was maybe, and the most corniest thing ever was maybe that even if Aaron and Juliet or Ella met in like in every timeline, in every possibility, they would fall in love with each other. That was just so beautiful. Like that was just so adorable. Like corny as well, but yeah. And I genuinely feel so bad for Kenji. Like when I was reading his POV, I was like, oh my god, Kenji, poor Kenji, man. I genuinely cried. And I don't know what's gonna happen to Adam and James. I genuinely don't know. I would give this book an 8 out of 10. I would give Defy Me 8 out of 10. And I would give um what's this? Find Me? Yeah, Find Me. I would give Find Me an 8.5 out of 10. 8.5 out of 10. Yes. Defy Me was like, I don't even know, bro. It emotionally drained me because of the horrors that they were going through, especially Emmeline and Ella. I mean, yeah, it was God. Wow. I was generally like, has the genre like it just changed to horror all of a sudden, bro. The I don't know. I don't know. It just felt way too outlandish. You feel me? I don't know how to say it. I don't know how to make you understand. I just felt way too far fetched. I don't know. But Nazira came clutch, bro. Nazira came clutch. Nazira came clutch. Like I was genuinely like the girl is doing things that needs to be done, and I'm proud of her for that, genuinely. And it was so heartwarming seeing Aaron's vulnerable side. Like I don't even know. I don't know. I just feel like there was way too much, and I don't understand half of it. Like, it's confusing. It's very confusing because of the fact that their memories were tampered with and stuff, and because of how kind of easy it was that Juliet killed her mom. It felt way too easy. Like, I don't know. I mean, that it was all an illusion, that was the craziest bit, that the world is all an illusion. Oh my god. I mean, I'm still not sure that half of the things that I think are happening are actually what's happening, because the way I interpret it might be different, right? Like I try so hard not to let the like reviews and stuff about like books you know influence me in any way, like in any way of my reading it. Like I don't let their opinion influence my opinion, you feel me? So I've not read anything about these books, but now I will, because I need to understand more. like I, from the start I was like, I need to know more about this world, I need to know more about this world. And maybe whatever we know about this world is not even real. Oh god. There is, I think, there are two books remaining now, and I don't know, and one book is novella. That means whatever shit is gonna go down, it's gonna go down in Imagine Me. It's just gonna be Ignite Me all over again, bro. Oh yeah, both start from I. Oh shit. Yeah, it's gonna be Ignite Me all over again. I hope. Oh my god, bro. I just don't know. It's just too much to handle, genuinely. And I kind of want to know more about Emmeline too, because she's at the core of it, bro. She's at the core of it. And like, I mean, I think we will get to know about that in Imagine Me. I just feel like Aaron and Ella. It feels weird to call her Ella now. Juliet has grown on me, bro. Right? So Aaron and Ella, like
have seemed to have just that kind of soulmate thing going on now, and I'm so happy for that because in the last book they were having relationship problems and stuff. So I think it's just happy that both of are like on a deeper level of understanding now. You get me? And Nazira and Kenji are being the power couple as they are. Like they are fighting and they're screaming. Like it just feels kind of normal. You feel me? So yeah. And Kenji and Aaron's bromance is top tier. I love it. I love it. Kenji's and Aaron's bromance is genuine top tier. Yeah, there were still some things that didn't sit right with me, like with Delilio and Aaron's mom, and how Anderson was before, and how Aaron and Juliet met with each other a lot of times, and how those specific memories got wiped out, and all of a sudden Emmeline is like back in charge, and she's contacting all the Supreme Commander's kids. Like that just feels a bit too far fetched. You get me? Maybe we will get to know more about it in Imagine Me because there is still two books left. So I'm not ready to let go. The series has grown on me, bro. Shit, yeah. One more, and one more small minor thing. Aaron celebrating his birthday. I had huge clams with people not growing up. Like Juliet is still 17, but at least Aaron is 20 now, and maybe Juliet will soon get to be 18. Like we don't know when her birthday is, but surely. So yeah, hoping for that day soon, and hoping for their marriage to be soon too, because Aaron is acting like a, yeah. I think he just feels like more in love with her, you know? Like he just, like before it was love, now it's just a soulmate thing. That's different. Now their souls are intertwined. And Juliet is never gonna say no, bro. She didn't say no. But I think they still have a lot to go before they get to the marriage part. So I hope it's a happy ending. I don't know if it's happy ending or not. I genuinely don't know. What have I got myself into? God. Okay, so I just finished reading Imagine Me and I feel so empty. Like, I would give this book a solid 7.5 out of 10 because of the fact that I genuinely didn't understand what was going on. I think it was a bit, I don't know, like, Emmeline went through a lot. It was whole, like, I was just feeling sad the whole time. Like, Juliet lost her memories, stuff happened. I love the Kenji and Aaron moments generally. Nazira kept her head, bro. Nazira kept her head. Nazira is like the MVP. That's what I would call her. She's all of a sudden a great hacker. Ibrahim self-destructed, bro. I don't know. I genuinely can't believe like Evie was a, I don't know. Evie was like the villain, I would say. And the moments between Anderson and Juliet were so like weird. Like I was like, what the hell's going on? Ander is so much weirder than I thought. Like he's beating his kids. Okay, that makes him an abuser. He's an alcoholic. Okay, but the way he's acting with Juliet, it's just so weird. I don't understand. And is it in her DNA to fall in love with the Warner boys? Nah, that's just a joke. But I generally don't get it. Like Juliet has been messed up like a lot. And the whole Emmeline arc, bro, that was just not it. Like the world is suddenly fine. Is that what it's all about? Like I don't understand how the hell was Emmeline so powerful. Like whatever happened, this all these books they were just about Emmeline. Like they were just about like the things Emmeline did to the world. This was very hard to swallow. Like, and I generally felt like tearing up at so many places because of the pain Juliet was going through. Like it was generally so hard to even read the monstrosity she was going through. Like how much she's suffering. It was very hard, genuinely. And Aaron just spiraled. Juliet spiraled. Aaron spiraled. It felt like the first book, Shatter Me. It felt a lot like the first book, but just 100 times more the sadness. You get it? Yeah. And Kenji, I understand now why Kenji is besties with Juliet. I think I get it now because how he thinks and how she thinks are like total opposite but so similar. Like his personality and her personality is so different, but the way they think is opposite. Like it's contrasting, kind of. Like it's similar too, like in many ways than one. But they are opposite people, right? So yeah, but things were a bit confusing. I was finally beginning to understand, and then a whole plot twist comes, and then, oh my god. Like all the things that was happening in this world was due to Emmeline. That's what they're pointing at. There's still one book left, and I genuinely feel so empty after reading this because I genuinely got attached to like Juliet and Kenji, Warner, that main trio. I genuinely got attached to them. So yeah, that just one book is remaining, and the cover is so beautiful. I think it's gonna be happy ending now. Yeah. Whatever Adam did, I'm not sure I'm gonna blame him for that genuinely. Because I think that whatever he thinks, I've already said this before, it's his in nature, bro. He's the only one who genuinely cares for James. Like, generally, like Kenji does too, but yeah. And talking about Aaron, um, I guess like he has made it pretty like definite that the only person he genuinely cares for is Juliet, and that he can never care for any other person the way he cares about her. So I think it was, with his personality, the way he did things and the way he was after whatever happened to Juliet. Yeah, it was just a bit confusing. I generally don't know. Yeah, that's why I give this book a 7.5 out of 10. Like I love the Kenji Aaron moments, but some like yeah, things were a bit out of place. I don't know. It just felt way too easy. And I still can't believe Anderson is dead because yeah, that man, yeah, he's invincible. It felt, like when Juliet was going through stuff, like her whole life is an experiment and shit, and like she was losing her memory and stuff. That quote, that book, I have no mouth but I must scream. Yeah, it reminded me of that. So yeah.
Okay, so I just finished reading Believe Me, and bro, I was genuinely crying. I was genuinely crying, bro. I was like, oh my god, like tears were falling out of my eyes because of how beautiful it was. I would give it a solid 9 out of 10. Solid 9 out of 10. I genuinely cried when I like the anxiety Aaron was like, the anxiety he was going through, because Aaron is so like so soft. You feel me? Like I don't even know. And it was just beautiful. It was about their wedding and everything, and how Ella set it up, and how now they're moving towards a new world. I wish it was longer. I genuinely wish it was longer because after all this, wars and stuff and all the suffering, they're finally getting a happy ending, which I'm so happy, happy, happy for. And Kenji and Aaron's movements never fail to like put a smile on my face, generally. I wish we got more Nazira and Kenji, and Aaron naming dog is such a Aaron thing to do, bro. I genuinely don't know. But it was genuinely sweet to see him like that. Like his POV is one of my favorite POVs ever. I love reading from his POV. I love reading how he's feeling because he just articulates his thoughts into such a beautiful manner, bro. But this series was like a roller coaster. I genuinely didn't know that I would get this attached to it. I'm genuinely so attached to the characters. I don't know. Now that it's finished, I can't believe it's finished. I just feel hollow. I feel empty. I feel a void in my heart, bro. I don't know. Overall, I would give this series, the whole Shatter Me series, a 3.5 out of 5. I see them rating it like that out of 5. So I would give it a 3.5 stars because there were some books that I loved it and there were some that I didn't. But yeah, overall, the plot is what actually matters. And I think it was wrapped up nicely, but that's the thing though. I didn't really understand it at so many places. And when I finally started to understand it, it just spiraled like Juliet. Yeah, that one. So yeah, I'm so happy, and that's it. Bye.